Hey, welcome. XREXS makes a awesome large clock. The company has sent me the product in no way or form have they paid me for this video. But here we are. Let's show you the parts and how to use the unit. The unit comes in 3 different colors: white, red, and blue for the display, but it comes only in black for the actual unit. This has a film that you will peel off. I'm leaving mine on. It does not come with any tools or supplies to mount, but just a template. You just follow the template, level it, mount it. Now, you have 2 keyholes in the back of the unit. Fold down the kickstand, lock them in, and that's why you have that template there. Now, what we're going to do is just go quickly over the remote control, just to show you how to install the batteries. You push down on the tab over here and you lift off, and it exposes 2 batteries. Please make sure that the batteries are seated 100%, that when you first get this, you take the film off of the battery in order to work the remote control. I already done that. I'm going to close my remote control up, put it to the side, and go over this in a few seconds. You have a power supply, 9 volts, 0.5 amps. Output is 1000 milliamps. You can run 7.4 volts with this special plug, and you'll hide a cord that may be ugly for you. And this can be used anywhere imaginable: hospitals, rooms, classrooms, etc., etc. You get a manual. Please go over the manual, because some of the information provided may be misleading and wrong. I'm not perfect. I will make a mistake, and I'll try to clear up my mistake for you in a few minutes. I'm going to plug in the cord that is about 7 feet long. Before I plug this in, I'm going to go into the back and go over some of the details here. The 2 keyholes, the speaker, the kickstand, has 2 little clips over here. They're not hard. They're soft to go in and out. So be careful not to pull this too tight. Batteries. This is the most difficult part, putting the positive up in the back, because you got to clear the front spring. And you want to not damage this spring in the front. So you want to push the spring up and do your best to, clear that spring, and you'll find it being very difficult. Now the back battery is in. We put the front battery in. Positive facing down, and the back positive was facing up. If power is lost, you'll now have backup. So here we have is buttons: your snooze, your set, your plus 1224, negative C Fahrenheit, alarm set, timer. If you hit these 2 buttons here, they will reset the timer. Spoiler alert, stay tuned. You want to see which 2 buttons really get pressed. So now when we plug this in, you may hear 2 beeps and see everything light up in the front. And I do apologize if you don't see it when I plug it in. And there it is. What I want to do now is I want to place my cable in. I can put all my cable in here if I want to hide it if I have my plug real close to the wall. There are 2 clips on top, and you're going to put this into the little groove and lock it. How hard is it to get it off? Not hard at all. It's very simple. Now, I went over the manual briefly. I did this before a couple of times. First impressions, I'll say it again. Wow. Even with the film on, man, that looks good. Nice, bright letters. On the control, you got 4 brightness levels. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the lowest you can go. It may auto brightness as it's doing right now. And I'm not touching it at all, because on the back of the unit, we have a auto high and low brightness, if I did not clearly say that, and there it is. So you can see the unit brightening up on a nice bright day. Now, it has a volume up and down. Why? It has a beep for every hour, which I may not go into detail, and has an alarm. It has a couple of different tunes that I'm having a little difficulty getting into. So let's listen to how loud the sound is. About 5 seconds it'll run. The date over here and the degrees, every 5 seconds it will change. Now, it has an on and it has an off button. And if you face straight up, or if I face towards the back, it will go off and on. So it does bounce around. Is it infrared? I'm not sure. They got two little holes. Nobody knows what these two holes are. It has a timer, a set, alarm set, 12, 24-hour, enter timer, Celsius, Fahrenheit, up and down, minimum seconds, minutes, seconds, hours, volume up, down, brightness up, down, and here we go. Let's set up our time. It's got a couple of different languages. But before I get going, there's your hour, your minute, the date, the month, the time, and the temperature. So let's set this up. English, press enter, or hit set. 2021, press up, press set. You don't have to hit the enter button. It's not June. It's March. And you want to set to the date, March 24th, Thursday. And the time. If it's in the afternoon, it goes up to 13, and you could change that after you hit the setup. So it's 10:57 set. And I hit the up button once, and there is the AM, PM will come. Now, let's go, and this is a spoiler alert for the timer. Hit the timer, and nothing's going to happen. You want to hit this timer over here, timer, because this is start and stop. In here you have minutes, seconds, and hours. So this will count down. And I want to start my count, and there we go. So now we're counting down, and let's say I want to pause it, because snoozing it, there's no snooze button. I guess this would be the snooze. If I shut it off, it will remember where it's at. Now, in order to clear it in the instructions, it's very clear, and on the back of the unit, it's very clear on how to do that. And if you read over here, it tells you hit the 1224 Celsius, and it tells you to hit these two, 1224 Celsius, together. And there you go. On the unit, it will clear it. Now, if I hit the start and stop, and I hit it here, and I hit it on the remote control, and I do it every which way possible, it won't clear. On the site, it says to hit the minute and second on the remote control. So it is kind of confusing why on the unit you hit these two buttons here and they will clear, and on the remote control you hit these two buttons here and they will clear. So very misleading. That is the downside of the unit. Now, anything else I can go over? Well, we can set the alarm setup. So we need to get out of the timer by hitting the exit button, and we hit the alarm set, and I have alarm 1. If I go up or down, left or right, minute, second, hour, I can't change that particular setting. So I'm having a little difficulty changing that. I'm not sure what one is. And if you don't want to see the alarm at nighttime or any time, you hit the off button. Well, I hope you enjoyed the review. It has a couple of things that may not correctly work, may be a little misleading, or need to just clarify in the instructions. Otherwise, the unit's very bright. It auto dims perfectly. It goes through the time perfectly. It may lose a second here, but the only thing I didn't see in the unit, which is very important for some, is daylight savings time, D.S.T, which the unit does not have. That may be very important for people with the spring ahead and fall behind automatic changing and manually going over. Otherwise, this is great for YouTube, an office, a small place. Maybe if you can't see time by the bedside, this is what you may want to get. On that note, thank you very much for your time.